morning. Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Melissa Dunbar-Gates and for Scott Beadle. A business luncheon addresses what could be keeping us from enjoying the best things in life. They also discuss the future of the TOPS program. It's tonight's top story. Learning to say no to some things and saying yes to others was the topic of Dr. Rick Brewer's address at the first business leader luncheon today. The president of Louisiana College spoke about overcoming obstacles for personal and professional growth and what Louisiana College is working on for the future of the TOPS program if it undergoes financial cuts.
We got to learn how to say no to some things so that we can say yes to the best things that God has for us in life. So at LC, we are taking measures and doing some additional scholarshiping for TOPS eligible students. And we're going to be announcing it in just the next few days.
The First at First Business Leader Luncheon takes place on the first Monday of each month at First Baptist Church in Pineville. If financial cuts to the TOPS program are made, it is expected to be at about a 70% level as it was this past year. Alexandria police say a 48-year-old Boyce woman was killed yesterday afternoon on Interstate 49 between MacArthur and Air Base Road. Police say the accident happened when a driver stopped on the shoulder to change a tire and two other vehicles stopped to help. They say a fourth vehicle struck the rearmost vehicle and created a domino effect, trapping one of the pedestrians beneath a car. Police continue to investigate this accident. A Pineville man is arrested by Rapides deputies for a domestic violence case, which has turned into a murder investigation. 59-year-old Douglas Wayne Ponto Sr. was first charged with battery and later murder. The victim is 56-year-old Connie Dakota Patterson of Pineville. Deputies say they were summoned to a home on the Shreveport Highway where they found the victim to be unresponsive. That was Thursday. She died on Friday. Natchitoches police make a weekend arrest after a hit-and-run investigation when a suspect reportedly rams an officer's vehicle. 39-year-old Vincent Roberson is charged with a long list of crimes, including careless operation, possession of drugs and paraphernalia, resisting arrest, and various traffic offenses. Police say it happened yesterday night on Behan, and he was finally tracked down on 2nd Street. Rapides deputies arrest a man for sex crimes they say happened 2.5 years ago to a girl who was 10 at the time. 40-year-old Michael Alvin Valois of Dry Prong was arrested in Slidell as a fugitive. He's charged with sexual battery and indecent behavior. It's been a rainy start to our work week. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers is here with a look at our weather. Good evening to you.
Hey, Melissa. Yeah, definitely seen some rain out there today. A few showers and thunderstorms passing through parts of central Louisiana, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on the weather tomorrow as we head into your Tuesday. Some of these showers and thunderstorms that move through parts of central Louisiana during the day Tuesday could produce some gusty winds, some hail, and some heavy rain too. So this area in green here is where we expect to see some at least risk of severe weather. Very marginal at this point as far as severe weather is going to go, but definitely could see some strong to severe weather in our forecast as we head into our Tuesday. Temperatures today into the 70s, and we'll keep those 70s around the next couple of days with those cloudy skies and gusty winds, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Heavy rain possible with some of those storms. Now for your Wednesday, we do get a little bit cooler, back into the upper 60s to low 70s. With lots of sunshine for the middle part of the work week. But by the end of the work week, another rain chance comes in with warmer temperatures returning too by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. So we'll talk more about that storm threat here overnight tonight and through the day on Tuesday with your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. President Trump still hasn't provided evidence to his explosive allegation that President Obama ordered the FBI to wiretap Trump Tower during the 2016 campaign. The unsubstantiated claim was made on Twitter. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from New York.
The FBI and the Justice Department publicly quiet on President Trump's unsubstantiated Twitter claims. Behind the scenes, sources tell ABC News FBI Director James Comey wants the record set straight. Trump's accusation that President Obama wiretapped him is false.
Does President Trump accept the FBI director's denial?
You know, I don't think he does, George.
Trump appears to be relying on reports from conservative news.
Well, I think that there's no question that something happened. The question is it surveillance? Is it a wiretap or whatever? But there's been enough reporting that strongly suggests that something occurred.
Still, no evidence to back up the claim. The White House calling for a congressional investigation. House Oversight Committee Chair Jason Chaffetz told Fox News Trump may get one.
this stuff does happen, and it's not necessarily done the legal, lawful way. And so, yeah, we're going to take a look at it.
Chaffetz also provided no proof and said he's seen nothing to support the president's claim. President Obama's former director of national intelligence.
I can say there was no wiretap against Trump Tower during the campaign. As far as I know, there was not sufficient evidence that would merit justifying a wiretap to a court.
ABC News contributor and national security expert John Cohen.
Let me be very clear. It is impossible for the president to directly order a wiretap on a United States citizen.
Cohen says there's a strict process in place for wiretaps, and it's disturbing that once again the president is calling into question the federal law enforcement system. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
Tomorrow, National Pancake Day will be celebrated. IHOP and the Cenla Shriners will be taking donations for the Shriners Children's Hospitals and giving away pancakes all day in return.
Our goal is to raise $3.5 million throughout the whole company to donate. You know, we're looking at giving a lot of pancakes away. We're just looking for donations to make this happen.
This is actually a big event for us every year, and the Shriners, we have 22 hospitals between the United States, Mexico, and Canada, and we actually have a Shriners Hospital for Children in Shreveport, Louisiana, and our club, El Caruba and Cenla Shrine Club, we do what we can to raise money for the children.
National Pancake Day will take place from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at IHOP in Alexandria. Next on ABC 31 News, a hate crime where a man is shot in his own driveway. Plus, warding off an attack, what this hotel worker did that ended up with a sex offender being banned. That's coming up. The FBI is helping police in Washington state investigate the shooting of a Sikh man as a possible hate crime. Authorities say the suspect told the father of two, "Go back to your own country," before opening fire in the man's own driveway Friday night. Harji Singh, the victim's cousin, says the community is still in fear and disbelief.
It's still a shock for him, and it's still a shock for us, also for the whole community.
The husband and father, identified as Deep Racine, is expected to recover. The 39-year-old was wearing a turban while working on his car when the gunman walked up to him. No arrests have been made. Tensions are mounting in Asia after North Korea fired several banned ballistic missiles earlier today. The Pentagon says at least one of the missiles traveled about 500 miles into the Sea of Japan, but could not have reached the U.S. The State Department has strongly condemned the move. A terrifying incident is caught on surveillance tape. A fearless hotel worker fights off a masked attacker. Her quick reaction helped police catch him, and ABC's Lindsay Davis has the story.
Scary moments caught on tape as this masked man creeps around the lobby of an Omaha hotel, stealthily walking the halls and peering around corners. Just after 3 a.m. Wednesday, a female employee gets up from a back office. The alleged assailant springs into action. As the two struggle, police say he tries to force herself into a nearby bathroom, but she fights back and even manages to pull the mask off his face. The man flees, but then comes back to retrieve his mask from the woman who deputies say was on the phone with 911. Deputies say when he entered the lobby again without his mask, they got a glimpse of his face. Police say the suspect is 29-year-old Zachary Lee Person. This morning, investigators are crediting the brave hotel worker for their success in identifying Person, all because she was able to rip off that mask.
Drop your center of gravity.
So we asked a self-defense expert what someone should do to protect themselves in a similar incident.
You want to use hard parts of your body to strike with, such as your elbows and your knees. And you want to aim for soft, vulnerable areas on their body, their eyes, nose, throat, and groin.
The Douglas County Sheriff says Person is a repeat offender, and he believes he would have struck again.
He was pending sentencing for similar attacks on female joggers, students, and gas station employees in South Dakota and Nebraska between 2007 and 2017.
Zachary Lee Person is currently in jail on $1 million bond. The Defense Department is investigating claims that a number of current and former Marines use social media to share thousands of naked pictures of female service members. The now closed Marines United Facebook group reportedly had hundreds of members. The online activity was first posted by a nonprofit news organization run by Marine veteran Thomas Brennan. A wildfire burns hundreds of acres in Miami-Dade County, Florida over the weekend. Fire rescue officials said large amounts of smoke made the fire especially dangerous. Residents near the blaze were urged to keep their doors and windows closed. The fire also forced authorities to temporarily close some local streets. And Chris now here with a check of our forecast.
Yeah, got a little bit of rain moving through parts of central Louisiana. Temperature's not bad today. We're in the low 70s here late this afternoon. 74 degrees our high here in Alexandria. A few degrees above our normal at 68. Keep that threat of rain in the forecast as we head into our Tuesday, but cooler weather returns by the middle part of the work week. And we'll talk more about that when we come back. And welcome back, everyone. A good Monday evening to you. Latest radar showing a little bit of rain making its way through parts of central Louisiana. Seeing a few showers and thunderstorms dotting around the area of Alexandria. And again, seeing most of the rain just to our west. And that's ahead of our next weather system that's going to bring more shower and thunderstorm chances to our forecast, not only for tonight, but as we head into your Tuesday as well. Could see some severe weather with some of that area of rain that moves in by Tuesday afternoon. So this area in green here all the way from Nashville back down to parts of eastern Texas is where we'll see at least a marginal risk of some severe weather as we head into your Tuesday. Basically, biggest concern for us is going to be gusty winds. Could see wind gusts as high as 60 miles per hour. Heavy rain and hail, the primary threats here. We have an isolated tornado chance, but that's really going to be more further north and northeast in parts of Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi compared to here in central Louisiana. But one thing you will notice is warm temperatures once again. We had highs in the 70s today, and it looks like we'll keep those 70s around as we head through the next several days. Here's a look at our high temperatures today. Again, enjoying those 70s, mid to upper 70s in most areas late this afternoon. 77 degrees down in Baton Rouge, 77 in Natchitoches, 74 degrees here in Alexandria, 74 Lake Charles, 79 Monroe, and 76 degrees, a high temperature today in Shreveport. Outside right now, still seeing a little bit of light rain in parts of the area, 71 degrees. And we're seeing those temperatures again continue to stay in the low 70s. Dew point pretty warm once again, a very moist dew point at 65 with our wind at south-southeast at 18 to 20 miles per hour and our pressure is holding steady. So as we head into our Tuesday, what can we expect to see? Well, cloudy skies will be the main thing we'll see through much of the day, but again, showers and thunderstorms likely, especially around the noon hour as our high temperature reaches about 76 degrees. Winds will be a little gusty, south-southwest winds as high as 15 miles per hour. But we notice by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, those winds turn to the northwest. That's when that cold front passes through the area. So as you get to the late afternoon hours and into the overnight hours of your Tuesday, start to see a little bit cooler air filter back in for at least one day. Temperatures on Wednesday really getting back into the upper 60s to low 70s. Before your Tuesday, again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some could be strong with gusty winds and heavy rain possible with some of those storms that do develop in the afternoon. As you get to your Wednesday, mostly sunny skies. Again, a little bit cooler than we will be seeing here. Again, back in the upper 60s to low 70s. Very typical for this time of year. And then more rain chances return by the end of the work week. And with those rain chances, some warmer weather returns along with that. So here's that cold front we talked about. Again, bring those showers and thunderstorms into parts of central Louisiana as we go through the day on your Tuesday. And then behind that cold front, just slightly cooler temperatures filtering back into. Not a big cool down, but definitely seeing temperatures closer to average as we head to the middle part of the work week. Before tonight, 66 degrees. Could see a few showers out there as we're seeing right now. South-southeast winds at about 13 to 15 miles per hour, up to 76 degrees for a high as we head into our Tuesday. Again, some heavy showers and thunderstorms possible. West-southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. And that 7-day forecast shows temperatures back to the low 70s on your Wednesday. Pretty nice conditions. Could see some more showers and thunderstorms return by Thursday and Friday, back to the upper 70s. And right now, weekend, it does look like Saturday will be okay. Temperatures into the mid-70s, but by Sunday, could see some more rain chances back in there with cooler temperatures arriving Sunday afternoon. Upper 60s for the end of our weekend. Melissa?
Chris, thank you. Are schools making the grade when it comes to protecting your kids from sun exposure? With more, here's ABC News senior medical contributor, Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Recess, a kid's favorite time of day, and we know activity and outdoor time are good for them. It's a chance to leave their desks behind and go outside and get some sun. But new research tells us that when it comes to protecting kids from sun exposure, many schools get an F. In a survey of nearly 600 schools, CDC researchers found that fewer than 1 in 5 were implementing all recommended sun safety practices for students. Many of these schools failed to provide sunscreen to their students or to take steps to schedule outdoor activities earlier in the day when the UV radiation is less intense. Also lacking outreach to parents in order to make sure their children apply sunscreen before coming to school. High schoolers, not surprisingly, were the least sun protected. Since long-term health consequences like skin cancer are linked to UV radiation, the stakes are high. So until schools step up, parents should remember that sun safety can start at home. Daily sunscreen can be as habitual as brushing teeth, along with clothing and hats that shield them from the sun, or making sure they know how to look for the shade when the sun is at its peak. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
The FDA has approved a new drug to treat allergies from dust mites, tiny bugs commonly found in bedding, furniture, and carpeting. Odactra, a once-daily tablet that dissolves under the tongue, is now an alternative to allergy shots for people over the age of 18. In clinical trials, the drug effectively reduced allergy symptoms like nasal congestion and eye inflammation. Here's more evidence that sitting at your desk all day is bad for your waistline and your heart. Researchers in Scotland monitored the activity of office workers and mail carriers for 1 week. Those with desk jobs had a bigger waist circumference and a higher risk of cardiovascular disease over the next 10 years. Sitting for more than 5 hours a day was also linked to high cholesterol. Mercedes is recalling about 1 million cars and SUVs worldwide due to a starter part that can overheat and cause fires. Certain C-Class, E-Class, and CLA cars, as well as GLA and GLC SUVs from model years 2015 to 2017 are included in the recall. The German automaker has reported 51 fires worldwide, with about 30 of those here in the United States, but so far no reports of any injuries related to this issue. Apple devices have been losing ground in American classrooms to Google Chromebooks, the inexpensive laptops that run Google's Chrome operating system and are made by Samsung, Acer, and other computer makers. Chromebooks accounted for about 58% of the 12.6 million mobile devices shipped to schools last year. That is up from 50% in 2015. But shipments of iPads and Macs fell to 19%, down from 25% in 2015. Coming up, NSU football coach Jay Thomas talks about the start of spring football practice. Plus, we'll hear from NSU's new all-time scoring leader, Zeke Woodley.
Welcome back. Happy Monday. Unfortunately, your comforts of the weekend are behind you and a new work week is here. But with a new work week brings a brand new scoring leader at Northwestern State. Zeke Woodley is now alone atop the NSU men's basketball all-time scoring list. Woodley topped the 40-year-old scoring mark just 2:30 into play against Central Arkansas. He finished the game with 25 points, the first two pushing him past Billy Reynolds' mark set in 1977. And now that record is solely his, and Zeke is feeling high.
Feel pretty good. I knew I was going to get it with just 2 points. So yeah, it feels pretty good having all my people from Pelican and back home here and see that. So yeah, it feels pretty good doing that. 40 years, that's a long time.
The NSU football team is gearing up to kick off spring practice tomorrow. Jay Thomas and the Demons coming off a 1-10 season, but Thomas said his team has had a great offseason and the spring should bring some positive changes.
Oh, we're ready to go. Had a great offseason. Players did a tremendous job. Without a doubt, one of our best ones that we've had. So just looking for that carryover into spring practice. And it's just going to be fun to get out back on the field and get these guys going. And we got some new things we're going to look at offensively, defensively that we're installing. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting spring.
The NASCAR Monster Energy Series was in Atlanta this weekend for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. The second race of the 2017 season flew by just like the weekend. It's gone before we even knew it was here. It was a race that was dominated all day by Kevin Harvick. He had the pole position and took the first 2 stages without any problems. But with 14 laps to go, and after a pit stop, it was ruled that Harvick was too fast heading into his pit stall, so he was penalized and dropped from 1st to 14th after leading 293 laps. So when racing resumed, it was a battle between Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski. Keselowski would take the lead with 7 laps to go, and he would hold off Larson, earning his first win of the season.
These aren't easy, and there's all kinds of adversity that comes at you no matter who you are. And, you know, Kevin was very, very strong. It probably was the guy to beat, but we persevered. We had our own issues with a tire and a loose wheel, and we just fought through it all day, Matt. And first win of the season locks you into the playoffs. That's great for our team, and just, gosh, that feels so good. What a great momentum, and gosh, it feels good to get one early in the season.
And what better way is there to start off your Monday than with a mascot dance-off? Over the weekend in the MAC basketball tournament, Fairfield's mascot Lucas challenged Riders mascot AJ to show off their best dance moves. Next, Killian from Iona College threw his hat into the ring as they both try to whip and nay-nay and get in each other's faces a little bit. Not the prettiest dance moves, but hey, not bad.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that inside of one of those costumes.
No, probably not. Probably a little warm. Probably have to worry about, I don't know, falling down, I suppose.
Right, tripping.
You know, tripping,
yeah.
falling. Those are heavy outfits they're wearing.
Yeah,
But
right.
it's a little bit of fun when the game's not happening.
Yeah,
So.
all right, thanks,
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah.
Well, one little girl could soon make history when she heads to Washington, D.C. We'll spell it out for you next on ABC 31 News. A 5-year-old in Tulsa, Oklahoma is making history as she heads to Washington, D.C. to compete in the National Spelling Bee. Janaha was the word Edith Fuller spelled to clinch her spot as the youngest person ever to compete in the spelling competition. The 5-year-old champ beat out 52 students ranging from ages 5 to 14 to win her region. Her mother says she discovered her daughter's talent for spelling last year when she spelled the word restaurant correctly.
She is very, obviously very bright. We were amazed to find that she really has a knack for spelling and can remember words that she's seen and heard very easily.
Fuller is homeschooled by her mother.
Well, good luck to her.
Wow.
Sweet
Yeah.
story. I love that.
At 5, I was more worried about snack time than I was about spelling.
I'm more worried about nap time myself.
I know, me too. All right, well, have a great night, and thanks for watching ABC 31 News.